Sometimes being the strong one begins as a compliment. You are the person who stays calm, solves the problem, remembers what everyone needs, and keeps going when other people fall apart. At first, that role can feel like proof that you matter. But over time, something more complicated can happen. Strength stops being something you do and becomes the price of belonging. You may notice it in small moments. Someone asks how you are, and you say, "I'm fine," before you have even checked. A family crisis appears, and everyone turns toward you. You are exhausted, but you organize the appointments, make the calls, smooth over the tension, and reassure the people around you. No one has to ask whether you can handle it. Your history has already answered for you. The hidden problem is not strength itself. Strength can be generous, necessary, and deeply meaningful. The problem begins when your nervous system, your relationships, and even your identity start treating usefulness as evidence of worth. Then needing help can feel strangely dangerous. Rest can feel undeserved. Saying, "I can't do this today," can create more anxiety than doing the impossible. This often develops gradually. Perhaps you were praised for being mature, dependable, easy, capable, or low maintenance. Perhaps you learned that conflict became quieter when you handled your own feelings. Perhaps people came closer when you were useful and became uncomfortable. When you had needs of your own, none of this means anyone deliberately trained you to disappear. But repetition can still teach a powerful lesson. I am safest in relationships when I am the one who requires less and provides more. That lesson can follow a person for decades because it works, at least for a while. Competence brings trust. Reliability creates roles. Other people depend on you. You become the person everyone calls. And because the role produces connection, it can be difficult to see its cost. The first cost is that people may know your function better than they know you. They know the problem solver, the listener, the dependable parent, the calm partner, the employee who never drops the ball, but they may not know what frightens you, what exhausts you, what you secretly wish someone else would take care of. And eventually you may not know either, because you have spent so long responding to what has required that desire. Itself becomes quiet. This is where the pattern often becomes confusing after midlife. The old role may still work externally, but internally it begins to feel unbearable. You may become less patient with constant demands. You may want more solitude. You may feel resentment toward people you genuinely love. You may wonder why being needed no longer feels as rewarding as it once did. That change does not necessarily mean you have become selfish or cold. It may mean the contract you made with belonging is becoming visible. The deeper inversion is this. The strong role may not only protect other people from discomfort, it may also protect you from a more vulnerable question. If I am not useful right now, will I still be wanted? That question can explain why receiving feels harder than giving. Giving keeps you in a familiar position. You know what to do. You have value. You have control. Receiving requires something different. It asks you to remain present while someone else carries weight for you. It asks you to risk being loved without earning the moment. Consider a woman in her late 50s who has spent years holding her family together. When her adult daughter offers to handle a difficult appointment, her first impulse is to refuse. "I've got it," she says. It sounds like independence, but underneath it is discomfort. The moment if she lets someone help, she has to feel the uncertainty of not being the one in charge. More importantly, she has to discover whether the relationship can hold her. When she is not performing strength, the experiment is not to become helpless. It is to make strength optional. That can begin with very small changes. Tell the truth when you are tired instead of automatically saying you are fine. Let someone solve a problem without correcting their method. Ask for one specific form of help before you are desperate. Notice which relationships remain warm when you are unavailable, uncertain, or ordinary. Some people may resist the change. If a relationship has been organized around your endless capacity, your limits will alter the arrangement. Their discomfort is information, but so is the response of people who move closer, become more curious, or simply say, okay, I'm here. The goal is not to stop being strong. It is to stop using strength as your only proof that you deserve a place. Real belonging has room for competence and fatigue, generosity and need, confidence and uncertainty. It allows you to contribute without making contribution your identity. And perhaps one of the most important changes later in life is discovering that the people worth keeping do not only value what you can carry, they can also stay when you put something down.